first child Dana Steele brought into her home was a baby girl named Amy, who had been exposed to drugs in utero. It was the same type of thing with her next few kids, children who experienced trauma at a young age or had never had a chance once outside the womb. I had the opportunity to speak with Dana, who told me that while it can be challenging, she still considers it a great blessing.
Initially, I didn't want to have children. And then we started talking about adopting one. Then it just kind of snowballed. We just kept getting calls, and we would say, okay, well, you know, we have a pretty big house. We can put an extra crib here, or we can put an extra bunk bed here, and it just kept going. God does things in your life that you just have no idea. So, and then 10 more later.
11 adopted children. Dana clearly has me beat. And what's more, she and her husband Alan have fostered 28 children. I had to find out why.
Did you ever think you'd be doing this when you started out getting your law degree? And
Not in a million years. I was an attorney and a judge in San Diego, and knew, you know, there were so many children in foster care in San Diego County, especially babies. We wanted a baby at the time. And so we went with Therapeutic Foster Agency that specifically did babies, special needs babies, medically fragile babies. And so that's how we got started.
The Steeles moved from California to Virginia 11 years ago. Some of their children are grown, have started families and military careers. But 6 still live with them, and they may soon be adding 2 more.
It took us a while to figure out why God had really specifically moved us here, and then we finally realized these are the children that He wanted in our family. We could have adopted gobs of kids from San Diego, but these are the specific kids that He wanted to be Steeles.
I'm Tommy, and I'm 9 years old.
Hi, my name's Callie. I am 11 years old.
You're okay, Bubba.
I'm Jake, and I'm 9.
I'm Rebecca, and I'm 16.
What? I'm Taylor, I'm 8. I'm Amy, and I'm 13.
Though these children are clearly happy, over the years Dana and Alan have taken on some tough challenges. Fetal alcohol and shaken baby syndromes, autism, and learning disabilities, to name a few. 6 of their adopted children came to them as older teens.
Well, unfortunately, you have to learn by doing, just like you do as a parent. We do get training. We go to classes and learn about a lot of things like how trauma affects the brain, that kind of thing that does help. And learning what kind of other helps, community, therapeutic that we can get.
Dana is a big advocate for formal therapy with trained counselors, but she's seen that a little pet therapy is quite effective as well. The Steeles invite other at-risk children from the community to join in too.
you know, when I hear about the foster system, I hear about kids who are jostled around a lot. I mean, they're in and out of homes.
One thing that Alan and I learned years ago was how detrimental it is for children to be moved, even one time. And so we just determined that when a kid got here, this was their home. We were never going to pick up the phone and call social services and say, come get this kid. Mm-hmm. We were going to make sure that this was their home.
Tell me a little bit about faith and how important that is.
I know for a fact that we could not do this without faith in God. When these mistakes have been made before we get the children, God still has everything in His hands. I just have to say, you know, my heart breaks that I wasn't able to parent you since you were a baby. But you have to learn how to accept what's happened in your life and move on, and just know that God has had you in His hand the whole time.
What's your greatest concern for your kids?
I think with any parent, what are they going to be like when they grow up? Mm-hmm. Are they going to be able to adequately fit into society and be able to incorporate the gifts that God's given them into their lives? Mm-hmm. How is God going to use each one of them? And how are they going to make an impact on society? We cannot parent these children like we were parented. We can't. And we can't even parent them like each other because they have such different needs. And you know, when you have a large family, they'll say, you didn't do this for this one. This one got this and I didn't get this. But we just have to say to them, you don't have, your sister or your brother has a different specialness, a different need than you do. And so this is what we're doing for this one.
It's great to have a mom and dad because I can really depend on them whenever I'm upset or sad. They just really care about me.
Sometimes me and my mom watch movies together. They let me ride the horses.
That's awesome. But the golf cart is better.
Being in a big family is extremely fun. They say they love me, and I know they mean it.
Dana and Alan Steele, just one couple making a huge difference. And I think part of the secret to their success, Gordon, is that they don't contemplate that it could be anything but a long haul, full term, incompletely commitment.
Commitment is the right word, and they seem to be incredibly committed to a degree that you're kind of in awe of what they've done. Are you going to try to catch up with them?
No, but I will pray for them. But I want to say this also, that one of the things that struck me as I was there watching their beautiful children that day is how these kids are like sponges. It's not hard to make them feel at home. It's not hard for them to call them mom and dad. It's not hard for them to feel the love and to feel connected in. So, you know, sometimes the need can be intimidating sounding, but the answer
and you hear it in the voices of the children, that last quote, I know that they love me.
Yes.
And when you get that, yeah.
Well, speaking of quotes, we'd like to give you one from God. This is Psalm 68. Father to the fatherless, this is God, whose dwelling is holy. God places the lonely in families. Family is a God idea, and I think he calls all of us to it. And I just pray that this month, as we contemplate foster care, that you will consider thinking about what God would have you do to make a difference, either in fostering or coming alongside and supporting someone who is, and getting your church involved as well.
And if you want resources for it, we have it for you. All you have to do is go to the Orphan Promise website. And if you just want to help orphans, not just here in the United States, but around the world, Orphan Promise is now in over 50 countries. And it's all made possible because people like you care enough to give. So if you want to designate a gift, 100% of it will go into the work to help orphans around the world. All you have to do is call us, 1-800-759-0700, and say, I want to give to Orphan Promise, and your gift will go directly to that.